That bad boy. Okay. Welcome to Joe.
Welcome to Joe.
Welcome to Let's Play with Joe and friends.
And friends.
And friends.
I was saying, so yeah, we had a little snafu, but I was saying that the thing that I used to do is I would watch cartoons before school, and there was this show called Garfield and Friends. So the and Friends, it is a juggernaut in the taglines of shows.
It is a juggernaut in taglines of shows.
I think that, you could go with it because of its storied history.
Storied.
Yeah.
Well, I would say we can.
Yeah.
And so the friend I'm with today is Matt.
I'm back.
Back again.
I was invited back, in fact.
Yes, and so I would like to start this off with a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that question is, have you ever heard of this game? It's pretty obscure.
Let's see. I'll call them blue pieces, top to bottom, squares aligning themselves.
That's right.
My memories are coming back.
No, that's the name of the game.
Oh, yeah, blue pieces top to bottom, squares aligning themselves?
Yes.
Yeah. They had to make an extra big game box.
That's right. That's
just
right.
to fit.
That's right. The whole cover of the box was solid text.
Yeah, and they actually had to invent a memory card, much like the N64 expansion pack, just to fit the length of the title of this game.
Yes. That's actually correct.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But no, this is Tetris.
Ah!
I'm very familiar with Tetris.
You're so right. You're so right. You are so right.
Tetris is one of those games that I don't often choose to play it because well,
Tetris is one of those games that I don't play.
Well, no, I there's more. Oh. Do you want? Would you like to know more? Okay, so I don't often choose to play it because for some reason it occupies a space in my mind of being I don't want to say boring, but like it is a very simple game. You arrange the tetrads, as they're called, and Joe right now is employing some very pro strats.
Some pro strats?
Yeah, which is to leave one...
pro strats.
Yeah. You
got the proest strats.
Yeah. The proest.
You've got the proest.
The provosts. The prefect.
The prefect.
Yeah. So okay. Joe is clearly the prefect of Tetris. But yeah, no. It's a very basic game. The strategy is to clear lines. You just want to fill the screen, and I think that it's much like when I was a kid, and there would be some sort of sport practice that I had to go to, and I would kind of dread it. I would be like, I don't want to do that. But then once I got there, I got in the pool, got in the soccer field, whatever it was, I was like, okay, this is fun. This is really good. And
I want to latch onto something there.
Yeah.
One of those sport practices. Once I was in the pool, swim team was always the sport I hated.
Oh, I
did not.
I'm right there with you.
Like swim
on
team.
The hating swim team bandwagon. Well, here's the thing. I actually, in recent years, I've come to like swimming a lot more because it wasn't something that I was being forced to do in a competitive manner.
Well,
with the other children who.
And you don't sink.
What do you mean?
If you swim.
You don't sink?
If you swim.
Oh, you mean like just generally the flapping of one's arms in the
Well,
water
yeah.
would cause you to sink a little bit
If
less fast.
if that's how we're gonna define swimming, then yes.
Okay. Yeah, I do prefer swimming to sinking. If I had to choose.
It's better to swim than to sink. Yeah.
Just let that sink in. You know what? You might call me out, but I did not even mean to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
call me a liar, but you would be wrong. Anyway, no, it's really, this is kind of like that. Once you get in the proverbial water of Tetris,
I see what you
you can enjoy it because it is very satisfying to fill in the space, to clear the lines, to sort of you are delaying the inevitable. Every time you clear those lines, you get a little bit closer to having a clear board, which is, that's the safest position to be in.
That's right.
And as we were noticing in a little bit of a Tetris play that we were doing before recording, the music gets really fast when you get in trouble, which I love. That's one of my favorite things.
Tetris, right? I mean, there's this. You described the game as simple, which in a lot of ways it is, but it is, it's one of the earliest games I can think of that created such a sense of urgency.
Yeah, it has it has stakes.
Oh my god, the urgency that it creates, especially when you're playing this as a kid. And who thought that stacking blocks could end up generating so much anxiety?
Well, right, and
actually, you would get so much anxiety about, oh my god, I'm stacking the blocks correctly. But it really was. I mean, there was this urgency to stacking blocks.
Well, and actually, it has the urgency, yes. And what I said earlier was that it has stakes, but I just thought about that right after I said it, and I was like, what is at stake? Literally nothing. Nothing is technically at stake, but here's what's at here. And I kind of thought about it again. Here's what technically is at stake is I guess your score. It is your ability to continue playing. You're getting, every time you clear a line, every time you make a little move that you consider to be optimal, you get that little surge of satisfaction that this game is so good at giving.
The satisfaction surge.
And if you lose, if you get a game over, then it's going to be so much longer, so many more seconds before you get that next little hit.
Can't wait that long.
No. You go from you go from getting that hit every 3 or 4 seconds to having to go back to the main menu, select your music. What level do you want? I can't be bothered. Yeah. No, but another thing that I love about this game. Oh yeah, we definitely have to talk about what we hated about swim practice, by the way.
That's fine.
That's interesting to me. But I just love the color palette in this game. It's just gorgeous to look at for me. And maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know. What do you think?
It's good.
do you feel like it's just sort of it's like blah, who cares? Or maybe you're not all the way into who cares. Maybe you're sort of
Well, when I think about it's good. I think it's it's a well designed game for the purpose. Not only is it a great color palette, but like we just saw, right? The colors have meaning.
You're right. Yeah, the sort of the idea of the color changing is to show you that you're making progress.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's random? Do you know if they have set color palettes for each level that you get to, or is it different every time?
No, it's a set color palette.
Oh, okay.
Per.
How many levels are there? We getting to the end of this?
Well,
thing?
there's 10 levels, but it's Tetris. It just
goes.
It just goes.
It just goes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things. So swim practice. I'm.
Go on.
I know
Again.
it has almost nothing to do with Tetris, other than that beautiful metaphor that I came up with on the spot.
Perfect. Chef's kiss.
Oh, thank you.
A chef's kiss.
Thank you. But yeah, so I really, it was like, me and my brother, who I might mention several times before he gets to be a guest on the show. We hope very soon.
He will have his time.
Oh, he'll have his day. But we went to swim practice, and it was in the summertime only, and the other children there. This is like between the ages of 6 and
the other
like,
children.
And like early teenager days. So it was a long time that we were on the team. And we had a very winning team. It was, so clearly
you guys
I didn't.
Were,
And Joe and I have known each other since for frickin' ever.
Since the long times.
Since the
before times.
Since the before times. Let's just say that.
Yeah, since the before times.
And
I think it was.
It sort of just proves to me that I didn't necessarily. I mean, I guess I was proud that we were a winning team, but I didn't feel. Oh wow, that was a real.
That was a doozy.
That was a big oops.
It was a big oops. It was a big oops.
I didn't feel any connection to it because most of the kids on the team were year-round swimmers, and they all went to the same middle school and high school and elementary school, whatever, and they had a swim program in that town, and I came from a different town, and it was I'm keeping things anonymous just because whatever, I might regret later saying all of my dirty
Someone
laundry
will
or
find
whatever.
out your opinions of swim practice.
They might know, and then what would happen? What'll happen? So I didn't feel like I was part of the crowd. Oh boy, I guess it's getting pretty quick. I really didn't feel like I was part of the crowd. I wanted to fit in or whatever.
Yeah, you wanted to be on the in crowd.
Yeah, but I just everyone knew, they all had their little cliques, and it just.
Oh, it was clicky.
Yeah, and even like the exercise and the cold water, and that part wasn't even the worst part. It was really just like sort of being there and not feeling. Oh boy,
we're starting over. Hang
yeah.
on. Oh no, it's too...
Okay. Well,
But I have a score.
Quit while you're behind. That's what I say.
I have a score.
0, 6, 3,
look at my
9,
rocket.
2, 3. That's a lot. That's a really high number. Video game scores are so funny to me because it's not even really that apparent.
Look at my last score.
How they're calculated.
This is so much better than my last score.
Yeah, Howard is really pathetic.
Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about your boy Howard.
Yeah.
Howie.
Yeah.
All right, go.
Is Howard one of those names that's not? Okay, now it's my turn. This is.
Select your.
This is
level.
9.
Start on 0.
I'm gonna start at 0.
My suggestion.
I'm gonna start at 0.
Starting at 0 will begin you at the beginning.
All right, here we go. And oh gosh, did you ever play the new Tetris for N64? Because what I just did right there, that's called a oh my god, what were they called? They were called like mega cubes or something, mega squares or I'm really it's evading my memory, but they would give you extra lines. It would basically form into this sort of silver or gold block that was 4x4. The silver ones were made out of different pieces, and the gold ones were all made out of the same piece. And it was really fun. It was such a it took Tetris and just kicked it up a notch. Like I played that particular iteration of Tetris
and kicked it up a notch. I'm
kicked
trying
it
to
up a notch.
imagine what could have been going through your mind as This is Tetris, but kicked up a notch.
I don't know if I was in the. I don't know if I was in the phase of like commentary and or critique back then. I was just sort of like, hey, this is better.
Oh, is that a phase?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean it's kind of my life now. Like I literally, and not that I do it professionally, but every game or movie that I come across, I'm unable to just simply enjoy it. I can't just sit there and do the things or watch the story and go, wow, that really took me on a ride, and then move on with my life. I have to exhaustively think about the pros and cons of every aspect of it, and then annoy my friends and family with my comments about what I thought.
Annoy your friends.
Well, it depends. So my brother loves talking about this sort of thing, so it encourages me.
He's an
to,
intellectual, if you will.
Exactly. The aforementioned Ben, we'll meet him someday. The aforementioned Ben.
The aforementioned.
I'm not. You were doing it so much more like
better.
Yeah. See, because you were doing the optimal strat of making the
optimal strat.
You're making.
You got to build it up to knock it down.
Yeah,
that's essentially. That's essentially.
Well, I'm not used to making that little corridor on the side for the Tetris, the long piece to go in.
That's what. Hang on. Whoa. Are you serious? That's not a strategy that. I thought that was the strategy.
See, that is the strategy, but I think that it's give and take, right? You need to. I didn't
know that I knew a person that didn't do that.
So here's the thing. It's kind of like you want that. You want to do that, and you will often almost do suboptimal things in the efforts to get that. You know what I mean?
You can get.
So you can kind of get yourself into a pickle by waiting too long for that that thing to happen. Whereas I'm just trying to find a spot that looks pretty good, for each piece. Like this doesn't look good at all. I'm just gonna put that on the side.
That's fine. That's an okay location.
Well, see, what I do is I just put it there in advance of building around it.
So you have like a kind of reverse strategy.
Yeah, I like to do everything opposite of everyone else because I'm just one of those annoying.
You're hip.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's the second time I've referred to myself as annoying. What is my problem with me? Yeah, I don't know. That's between me and my therapist. But I love this. The blue and the green. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Seems like what else is there to even talk about?
The blue.
We got the blue. Green. We got the green.
Come on.
We got that white with the blue around it.
That's a perfect spot, yes. Ooh.
I was...
Was Tetris a game that you played as a child?
Yes. We did have the original Tetris.
Because I think in the Gradius episode, you talked about your dad playing Tetris 2.
Yes, that's correct.
In particular.
Yes.
But...
We had both.
Tetris 1.
My dad was not into Tetris 1. And he played Tetris 2 because he just liked the sort of... You could kind of get combos because of, the way that you would set things up with bombs. And see, I don't know if you can do this in this game. Can you do this? Hold on.
Do what?
No, you can't. You can kind of, like, at the very last second, turn it and have it sort of go into the...
So there are newer versions of Tetris that
allow you to do that.
Yeah, and you actually might be able to do it in this.
It's probably like frame perfect. Like you have to do it like...
I feel like though in the different iterations and ports, the timing is slightly different.
Yeah.
You're getting it back. You're getting it back.
Oh yeah, see that's the thing is it's like slow and steady wins the race. I I believe in the tortoise.
I mean, unless the race is such that you have to go fast.
See, what? No, I mean, I think that you're absolutely right, because I think that fable, it depends upon not only the hare, you know, he's faster, but he's also arrogant. It's not about slow and steady winning. Slow and steady didn't really win. It's that the hare pulled defeat from the jaws of victory by going to the candy store or whatever.
I'm sorry, pulled defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, have you ever?
That is no, I've heard it the other way.
It's the other way around most of the time, but oh, by the way, we're probably gonna have to edit. I might have had a little boo-boo a little earlier, but we can do that later. We're trying to have this be a family-friendly show, and yeah. But anyway, no, it wasn't the word Jaws. It was something else. But yeah, no, you can say it the other way around. It's a little more counterintuitive, but it's like, you know, creative license.
I mean, you can. Yeah, you just did it.
I'm allowed.
Only I.
As the great Childish Gambino has said, this is America. Oh, no. That was really bad.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Okay. Well, you know, my flawless track record is tarnished.
What, that was the first time you made a mistake?
No.
All the other ones were purposeful?
No, in my life.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the first mistake I've ever made in my life. It's been almost 33 years of perfection up until that one block went, and
then it was over.
Yeah, no, I have 72 lines. That's, oh my gosh, my score is
very low.
Is dwarfed. Oh, you know what? It's okay. You're probably right. I'm getting one line at a time.
Yeah, you need the multiplier.
You need the. What do you get when you get the thing?
More points. It's true though. True fact. True fact. It's real.
Well, here now I don't even know.
Look, oh my gosh,
ow.
I mean
that physically hurt me.
The best place to put that, but it wasn't the absolute worst either. You know what?
Well.
Not the worst.
Oh dear. Well, okay, that can go there.
Yeah.
See, what my problem is now that if I did want to play optimally and not like a grandmother like I have been, I need to clear something on the.
Yep.
On the.
It's true.
Left or right.
It's true.
Which may or may not happen. We're actually starting to speed up a little bit. It's you know what? I think one line at a time. It might take 4 times as long, but I'll get you. Oops, not if I keep doing that. That was the second mistake I ever made in my entire life. So, gosh, this Tetris is messing me up.
Oops.
This is the American level.
This is red, white,
or French.
I mean, it could.
No.
You should have turned the piece.
Oh man,
This is basically.
It really does get hard to actually operate your brain. It's basically what?
I was gonna say this is basically practice.
Yeah, well, you can also say that this is basically the most amount of fun you can have playing Tetris.
I mean, I've never had more fun than this playing Tetris.
Well,
sorry, that sound was. I wish that piece had been turned.
Oh god, it's getting too fast.
See, now
we're in trouble.
Now you need the speed, which could be another game we do.
Need for Speed?
Ha! Yeah.
Or Need the Speed? Oh jeez. Oh god.
It's a driving simulator.
Oh man, you really it gets.
You can still do it. Oh. How? So okay. Here's some good news. You bested Howard. You definitely got higher than Howie.
Howard's not even real.
Howard's real?
Wait, was Howard a wait?
Howard is real.
Was Howard? Because if Howard was real, he got precisely 10,000 points, which is actually in itself
It's a feat.
It's a feat to do.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
Yeah, he's probably not.
I think that's.
Is Howard one of those names that's like it is now an old-fashioned name, or are there Howards? Is it like Gertrude?
I don't know. Gertrude sounds much more old-fashioned to me.
Is it like Winifred? Oh, yeah, I did overtake poor Howard.
Put your dang name in. No, your name starts with M. It goes in one direction. No.
Oh, there's symbols.
You could put a symbol. You could put Matt.
I could put it in quotes.
Yes.
I could put it in quotes.
Are you Oh,
I'm
man.
officially 2 years old.
I scored nearly triple.
You did. You did.
Scored.
Yeah, but
So but nope. Z was correct.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's a.
Oh, you're going for the triple T.
Triple T.
The triple T. The
You know
triple
what?
T butts.
Yeah. No, we're good.
We're good. Okay. Congratulations though. You are a Tetris master. Even though you got to level 9, which is good. Please enter your name.
Wow. I
Wait.
actually,
So if you
get to be a
it
Tetris
gave me the
master.
rocket though.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, because I think level 10 is
All right.
You beat the game. Yeah. Yeah, so you're already off with. Oh wow, you made 2 avenues.
Yeah,
That's.
we'll have to fix that.
I gotta learn. How to
not-
play this game from you.
We're not going to do that. But we are going to do this and see. So here's the thing. When you come to a juncture like this, you could try and keep building up, but really it's not, in my experience, it's not worth that risk. Even though I was about to just get another one. But
You were.
we didn't know 2 blocks ahead.
Oh, and another thing that they do in the newer Tetris games is they give you that little swap piece, which is so choice.
Wait, I'm sorry. Explain.
So up in the corner there will be
nothing of your swap
an
pieces.
extra piece that's random. It's randomly generated, and you just start with an extra piece in a little box that you can hit. Either it was
So
like the
just
R
get it?
button or whatever,
So you just
and you
get
can
it?
switch it with the current piece that's coming down, and then obviously that current piece
The
that
current
you didn't
piece-
want
wait,
goes into your reserve.
The current piece that's coming down, or the current piece in the
Not
next?
the next, no. So
Oh, wow.
it's on the fly.
Wow.
It's on the fly.
Wow.
This isn't. Yes, it is incredible. But it's in the new Tetris, and it's in a bunch of the Ultimate Championship versions or whatever. But this is the OG, and those wouldn't even exist without this.
Oh! It's not even going fast, and I have gone and done it. Well, let's just... yeah. Oh, no.
This is great. This is just great. You know, what if this was just like all you had to do? You know? Chill and talk about Tetris?
What if this was all that had to be done in life?
Yeah. You know?
I mean,
Because everything's delivered now, so if this was just it,
it'd be aight.
it'd be alright. I think you'd probably fuse with the couch at some point.
Well,
A
yeah.
symbiotic
I mean,
organism.
if it went for too long, you don't want to. So you actually, though, that's a great clarification that you just made. You meant never move from where we are.
Yeah, I think there's
right
probably
at this moment.
it's probably not.
Because that feels extreme. It's extreme to me.
I like the way
But that's
I
what
like the way you said
you had-
extreme. Extreme.
Extreme.
Very, very 90s.
To me,
early
it felt
2000s.
extreme. To me, it felt
It is extreme. You know, the thing is, I've spent I am what you may call, and I know this is kind of a dirty word at this point, but I am what you may call a gamer. Capital G gamer. Like I've participated in tournaments. And, I spent a lot of time theory crafting.
The old tourneys.
Theory crafting being
as they refer to them.
The sort of weighing of one's options in a very even-handed and objective way to make sure that you're choosing the right sword for your character in whatever game
Don't be wrong.
Be,
Don't be
you
wrong.
You better not mess that up.
Don't be wrong. So took a little bit, but we have recovered.
Yeah, you're down to the dregs at this point.
We're back down to.
It's what I like to call the rubble phase.
It's
just rubble.
It's just some rubble on a screen.
Yeah.
It is just.
And look at you planning to make the avenue. You could have put that flat across.
If you don't. Okay.
I don't know what. I don't know what.
You have to plan the avenue. If you don't plan the avenue, you'll never get an appropriate avenue.
No. Well, I don't know what's worse. Is that I'm impressed by your planning of the avenue, or that I just have never played that way?
It's a good question.
I guess those are kind of both one and the same. So. Oh God. I just take that path of least resistance. Look where it's gotten me.
You don't want to face any kind of resistance. Resistance is hard.
I model myself after the noble snail.
The noble snail.
Yeah.
The noble snail.
Yeah. No bull. He doesn't like your BS.
So no bull.
Yeah, that's
snail.
right. That's right. That's what I said.
This is a no bull snail.
That's what I meant in the first place.
What does that mean? It means no bull.
No bull.
No bull for this.
And no bull if you want to sponsor this YouTube show. We are open.
Hey,
for
do you
business.
have some money that you don't want?
Yeah.
Give it to us.
Here we are.
We'll use it to play games.
Here we are. Asking for sponsors.
Too soon?
On what might be too soon of a date.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you gotta start somewhere?
The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Or in this case, the greedy YouTuber gets the sponsorship?
Sure.
Greed is good? Gordon Gekko? I'm just gonna keep that question voice going. Oh, you got that full Tetris.
Yeah. Then get that it's nice because you get the indicative screen seizure.
It really does make one feel accomplished.
Yeah. Okay, so this is risky, but I just need see what they've done to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna have some problems.
There's almost a definitive sort of landscape being, and don't pay attention.
No, you can't. You're right. You can't. I wanted to turn that, and you can't.
Yeah. No. Don't you worry. Everything will be okay. Sometimes you just need words of reassurance, and that's all it is.
Maybe that's all it is.
I love this one because this one to me looks like a landscape. This one looks like there's green.
We need to start.
And then the lighter green is kind of like a shoreline.
Come back here.
And then you got like a river, kind of like a lazy river coming up from the right. And it kind of abruptly stops. Maybe it's going underneath a mountain or something.
We're gonna have a problem. We're about to have a problem.
I like how. Oh, battlements! Look at that. That was perfect.
Oh,
don't you worry about a thing, as the great whoever that was said. That's a song, right?
Yes.
We cannot sing copyrighted music. Maybe I don't know what the rules are.
I
mean, we have to look up rules. There are rules in this in this wild west of the internet. The only rule is that there are no rules, and you don't talk about.
Oh no! It didn't sit. It didn't sit.
It made me so mad.
Not on my A game. Very much my B game.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
And
I did work. How did I still get the rocket?
Keep getting this rocket, and it is.
Did you get the rocket?
Well, that was a baby rocket. That was like a bottle rocket.
It was a much smaller rocket. Yeah.
If you get it better and better.
I broke 30,000. But look at, I got to level 6 and got 31,000. But you got to level 8 and got no points.
9.
Nine.
You knocked me off the leaderboard. By the way, so you don't have to look at butts every time now.
Let's just get my whole main in there. I'm sure that the battery in this cart is going to erase once we pull it out, but that's okay. Cool.
Wait.
I would like to end on the note of only I am on the leaderboard. I am.
Isn't that nice for you?
Yes. We've knocked butts right out of here.
Well,
and,
I mean, it wasn't the best joke, to be honest.
That's the way it's going to be.
I had to do it because I am the way that I am.
I am what I am.
Do we have a sign-off?
Thank you for watching this episode of Let's Play with Joe and Matt.
Yep.
Who's back?
I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby. No, you got knocked off.
You never...
You are not the Tetris master.
Please don't remind me, even as I look at it on the screen.
So, yeah. Thanks for watching. And tune in for the next one, because who knows who will be on.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell. That's what they say now.
Yeah, you're pushing the YouTube.
Oh, yeah, baby. I want that no-bill sponsorship, and I want all those comments to roll in like little dollar signs.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't care. No, I mean, I do. I want this show to succeed, but I also, I'll say what I want to say. Why are we ending like this?
You have certainly done it.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for watching.